Good evening. I'd like to call the September meeting of the Montgomery County Legislature to order at 6 o'clock. And clerk, can we have a roll call, please, our members?
Chairman Peck.
Present.
Legislator Patel.
Here.
Legislator Kelly.
Present.
Legislator Sweet.
Here.
Legislator Diamond.
Present.
Legislator Headwell Jr.
Present.
Legislator Wilson. Legislator Duchessi.
All right. Legislator Diamond, would you please lead us in our salute to the flag this evening?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing as we mention those who have passed away since our last meeting. Mr. Timothy W. Wilmot Sr. of Fonda, New York. His son, Tim Wilmot Jr. is the current Director of Highway and Bridges for Montgomery County DPW. David M. Holtailing of Fort Plain, a graduate of Canterbury High School. After graduation, he joined the U.S. Air Force. Joseph A. Guffrey, Sr., Tribes Hill, New York, proudly served in the United States Army from 43 to 45 as a private first-class combat engineer. Was awarded 3 battle stars as well as other medals. Mr. Stanford P. Warner of Tribes Hill, New York, honorably discharged, United States Navy veteran of World War II, serving from 43 to 46. Patrick Agard, formerly from Amsterdam, New York, enlisted in the Navy in '83, trained in aviation and engineering, receiving multiple commendations before leaving the Navy in 1989. And I know we usually honor those or mention those who are related to the county, maybe worked here, a relative here, people from the service, but we've added 2 different twists this evening. One, David W. Late, legendary local champion dirt track racer at the Fonda Speedway. David is still 3rd on the all-time win list at the historic Montgomery County Oval. And in the spirit of Willard Scott, Jesse L. Dingman, who died at the age of 100 years of age from Fort Plain. A moment of silence, please. Thank you. Okay, at this time, I'd like to present some proclamations. Our first presentation is to Ginger M. Cato of the Rob Constantine Recovery Community and Outreach Center. Would you please come up, Ginger? Executive Ossenfort, would you like to join me? Sure. All right, whereas behavioral health is an essential part of health and one's overall wellness, and whereas prevention of mental and substance use disorders works, treatment is effective, and people recover in our area and around the nation, and whereas preventing and overcoming mental and substance use disorders is essential to achieving healthy lifestyles both physically and emotionally. And whereas we must encourage relatives and friends of people with mental and substance use disorders to implement preventative measures, recognize the signs of a problem, and guide those in need to appropriate treatment and recovery support services. And whereas an estimated 8.5 million American adults suffer from both a mental health disorder and a substance use disorder, or co-occurring disorders, thereby affecting the people of our community. And whereas to help more people achieve and sustain long-term recovery, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, the White House Office of National Drug Policy, and the Rob Constantine Recovery Community and Outreach Center invite all residents of Montgomery County to participate in National Recovery Month. Now therefore be it resolved, the County Executive Matthew L. Ossenfort and Legislative Chairman Michael J. Peck, on behalf of the Montgomery County Legislature, hereby proclaim the month of September as National Recovery Month in Montgomery County, and call upon residents to observe this month with appropriate programs, activities, and ceremonies to support this year's Recovery Month, and to demonstrate to the community our commitment to improving access to recovery and treatment programs for mental and/or substance use disorders. Ginger? Congratulations.
If you're not aware, we opened a recovery center in Amsterdam at 131 East Main in June. So if you or anyone you know is seeking recovery supports or not treatment, their peer services, we work with individuals seeking recovery and family members. Send them our way. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. Roy's back. And this proclamation is for Sheriff's Week, to be delivered by the chairman of our Public Safety Committee, Roy Diamond, and Legislator Diamond. And Sheriff, would you like to come on up with your team? He's part of the team too, huh?
It's my honor and my appointed duty to recognize Sheriff Smith in recognition of Sheriff Week in Montgomery County. So I'll read the proclamation. Whereas the Office of Sheriff has been an integral part of the criminal justice system in New York State and Montgomery County throughout our history. Having been established in the state's first constitution in 1977 and continued in every succeeding constitution, and having been one of the original constitutional offices of the founding of our county. And whereas, despite changes in its function, status, and powers during its long history, the Office of Sheriff has maintained a continuous existence, preserved its distinguished heritage, and continued to be an essential component of our criminal justice community. And whereas the Office of Sheriff has evolved into a modern, professional, full-service law enforcement agency manned by fully trained police officers using state-of-the-art technology and applying the latest and most advanced theories and practices in the criminal justice field. And whereas the Office of Sheriff is unique in the community, and the duties of the office go far beyond the traditional roles of keeper of the peace, and extend into many facets of the public service, including maintaining our county jail, providing security in our courts, dispatching emergency services, and serving and executing civil process for our courts. And as of August 2022, the Office of Sheriff had already received 28,152 calls for service for the year. And in 2021, the office had received over 40,078 calls for service. Whereas it's constitutionally empowered office directly responsible to the people, the ancient Office of Sheriff remains, even today, responsive and accountable to the public it serves. Whereas it's fitting to celebrate the historical contributions of the Office of Sheriff and the significant role that the Sheriff plays in our modern criminal justice system. Now therefore be it resolved, County Executive Matthew L. Ossenfort, Legislative Chairman Michael J. Pepp, and District 3 Legislator Roy Diamond, on behalf of the Montgomery County Legislature, do recognize the important services provided to the citizens of this county by Sheriff Smith and the members of the Sheriff's Office, and do hereby proclaim September 18th through 24th, 2022 to be Sheriff's Week in Montgomery County.
On behalf of the men and women at the Sheriff's Office, we can't stress enough the importance of this, and our thanks to the legislature, the county executive, and all the partners we serve in the community. Obviously, the sheriff is something that's very near and dear to my heart, and if performed properly, I think a very vital position in this community. And together, we truly create a partnership and a team, and we make a difference, and that's what it's all about. So thank you very much for honoring us. You should have let Bud read it. He was boisterous there.
I just wanted to take a quick moment to, it's nice to have these weeks and months where we recognize important players in the community. And I think after COVID, we realized that there was a lot of need in the community. So Ginger, thank you for everything your organization does, and Sheriff, certainly we know what you've been up to. But the thing I think we're all the most proud about when we give you this week is, you know that you got the support of this board, you know that you got the support of this executive. We put our money where our mouth is over the last 9 years. So hopefully you guys feel supported, feel appreciated, because we do got your back, and we're very thankful and appreciative for the service you provide to the residents of this county.
We do. It's very much noticeable. It's very much appreciated, and it's something that we hope we reciprocate by providing quality service.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
Thank you for all that you do, you and your team.
Thank you very
Very
much.
much appreciated.
It's under Sheriff Day every day.
Cheaters. Okay. All right, clerk, I know you have, I don't see the public comment on here. Oh, okay, yes, I'm sorry. So is anybody here, would anybody here like to make public comment? Please come to the rail and state your name and tell us what's on your mind.
My name is Bill McLaughlin. I'm a supervisor for the town of Palatine. I'd like to take this opportunity to address the board. Some of you probably weren't even here when we started that project in the town of Palatine, our new office building. It's been a long time, all right? It's finally come to fruition. We're having an open house. And I would like to use that opportunity to thank the Board of Legislators for letting us start that project. You'll recall that building went up for tax sale, and what did it bring, $1 or $10? Now it's complete. We're enjoying it. We're having a ribbon cutting ceremony, and I would like to take the opportunity to have some of the Board of Legislators there so that we can publicly thank them when we have our ribbon cutting ceremony.
Mr.
All
McLaughlin?
right, I'll give each one of you your own.
Okay, that was my next question. When is it?
Okay.
Thank you, Superintendent.
Everybody's invited. We're even going to give away a little food. All right? That's always a popular thing, the food.
Especially free food.
Yeah, awesome. Okay. We really do appreciate it. We were pretty thoroughly discouraged by all parties involved when we started, but I've been involved with eminent domain proceedings before, and I was pretty sure we could pull it off, and we did. So, but we never could have got a start if you people hadn't agreed to take it out of the tax sale and make it available to us. Now we have unlimited parking. It's all on one story, handicap accessible. The doorways are all as wide as they should be. Everything is modern. It's a wonderful facility. Come and take a look.
Turned out really nice. I watched your progression. It's a beautiful building.
Well, we spent a little extra to take the pizza look away from it. And it's a modern office building.
It is, yes.
We did spend a little extra to make it that way.
Yeah, it's a real asset to the community.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.
You serving pizza?
Yeah.
They're working pizza.
Hi, Steve Tallman, Main Street, Boltonville. I think it's wonderful the way that you guys recognize folks from our community and our county that gave of themselves or continue to give themselves and to the betterment of our county. I think it's a reminder that it's incumbent on each of us to do our best to serve our fellow citizens as well. I'm here calling for two actions tonight regarding the Frontier Service quality. This afternoon, I sent a letter to PSC Chairman Rory Christian, and I called for an immediate investigation into reported Frontier Service quality issues. I noted that Frontier Service quality issues were discussed not only at this meeting, the committee meeting last week, but also at the town of Glen. Reports included multi-day internet outages, multi-week telephone outages. I noted that while Fort Plain and St. Johnsville improvements were thankfully included in PSC's Frontier bankruptcy case, District 4 municipalities were not. I also noticed that some residents likely have no other telephone services available to them, as cell service is not always reliable and cable is unavailable in parts of our district and the towns Glen and Charleston. That makes Frontier's landline service as a veritable lifeline for those folks. I urge an immediate investigation to identify underlying issues and ensure corrective actions taken. I have copies of my letter that are available to each of you, and I would encourage you all to join me in asking that the PSC take additional action. I also believe that Montgomery County needs to take a more proactive role in the oversight of state activities that could impact the county's residents and its municipalities. I call on the county to reallocate resources to assure effective monitoring of the actions of state regulatory agencies. For a small county like ours, it is extremely important that we maintain active knowledge of legislative and regulatory actions that could impact our towns, villages, city, and school districts, as well as the county. It's imperative that the legislature, and by extension, the county and municipal governments that are part of the county, are given the necessary tools and research to effectively advocate for our citizens. A committed advocacy role to surveil state agencies and state activities is needed so that our citizens are not once again lost in the Albany shuffle. Additionally, I noted at last week's committee meeting that you're considering a nearly 20% increase in the tipping fee. I would ask that you would reconsider that and consider the impacts to residents who will likely see increases in their garbage bills as a result. And not to mention the villages in the city whose budgets are already set for the year, and our towns are in the midst of budget season right now, especially since, at least in part, those increased costs that we're seeing are due to temporary fuel price volatility. So I thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. All right, clerk, communication from the Village of Nelson.
Yes, I received a letter from the Village of Nelliston thanking the legislature and the county executive's office for the decision to award $200,000 towards the Nelliston School project, which will be turned into a daycare center.
And on that note, today, the executive and I went out there for that presentation, and the community seemed very excited about it, and we were certainly happy to be able to step to the plate as a legislature and along with the executive to invest in that building and provide some child care in an area that it's very desperately needed. All right, can I have a motion from the floor from the approval of last set of minutes?
Chair, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The first set of minutes for the full legislature,
From August 23rd.
August 23rd, I think we need to replace John Thayer's name with
Okay, I'll fix it.
Mr. Diamond's name.
You think that would be a capital idea?
And unfortunately, we can't open any of the other ones. We're still getting that 404
You're getting the,
file or.
I can put in my next month's meeting and fix it. Want?
Yeah, I mean, just,
Do we want to?
If you don't want to vote on it tonight, it's fine.
yeah, I would like to at least look at it. I don't think we can vote on something we can't
I'll talk to Dutch Chamber about it tomorrow.
That's fine.
see. Yeah. I can open the first one.
Oh, it's the other one.
The other ones you can?
Yeah.
All right, we'll add them to next month's meeting. No problem. Thank you, Legislator Sweet.
Thank you.
All right, a motion for the acceptance of the budgetary transfers.
Are you having the same trouble with those? With the procurement and the budgetary transfers? Okay.
Motion from somebody? Legislator Headwell, second Legislator Sweet, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
Yes.
And an acceptance from the floor of the procurement record, please. Legislator Kelly and Diamond, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
All right, any old business anybody would like to discuss? If not, under new business, I'd like to amend tonight's agenda to add resolution number 222. Do I have a second on that?
I'll second.
Legislator Headwell, any discussion on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
All right, on to this evening's slate of resolutions. Our first resolution authorizing the county executive to sign addendum to interfaith partnership for the homeless contract 2021 and 2022 from the Office of Social Services. Sponsors were legislators Pertel and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution authorizing the county executive to execute a change order with Mazzone Plumbing and Heating, plumbing contractor for Venner Road project from the Office of Public Works. Sponsors were legislators Pep and Wilson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution authorizing county executive to sign intermunicipal agreement for leachate disposal with the City of Amsterdam from the Department of Public Works. Sponsors were legislators Pep and Headwell Jr. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution approving the sale of surplus equipment from Public Works. Sponsors were legislators Diamond and Wilson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution authorizing the county executive to execute change order with West Winds General Construction contractor for Venner Road project from the Office of Public Works. Sponsors were legislators Diamond and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution reallocating the salary grade for technical communications coordinator from the Office of the Sheriff. Sponsors were legislators Headwell Jr. and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution authorizing hourly rate increase for part-time deputies and corrections officers from the Office of the Sheriff. Sponsors were legislators Headwell Jr. and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution authorizing county executive to sign agreement Eastern Medical Support LLC from the Office of the Sheriff. Sponsors were legislators Duchessis and Pep. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution amending the 2022 operating budget overtime from the Office of the Sheriff. Sponsors are legislators Pertel and Wilson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution authorizing the county executive to sign an agreement accepting the FY 2022 Domestic Terrorism Prevention Grant Program grant funds and amending the 2022-2023 operating budget from the Office of the Sheriff. Sponsors are legislators Pertel and Wilson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 208, resolution reclassifying the position of Deputy Personnel Officer. Sponsors were legislators Pep and Headwell Jr. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution adopting the cancer prevention policy, Sun Safety, from the Office of Personnel. Sponsors were legislators Pertel and Sweet. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 210, adopting policy for additional cancer screening leave for Montgomery County employees from the Office of Personnel. Sponsors are legislators Pep and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Our next resolution adopting introductory local law D, local law 4 of 2022, a local law amending local law 1 of 2013 to reestablish legislative districts based on the 2020 census. And that comes to us from our body, the legislature, Sponsors were legislators Pertel and Peck. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
All right, resolution number 212, authorizing the county executive to amend contract with Standard Commercial Interiors for the FMCC Science Labs and Classrooms Phase 3 project. Sponsors were legislators Sweet and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution 213, authorizing the county executive to execute an agreement with Ray Audio Video for the FMCC Science Labs and Classrooms Phase 3 project. Sponsors were legislators Wilson and Pertel. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution 214, confirming appointment to Regional Advisory Committee from the county legislature. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Peck. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 215, granting $200,000 of American Rescue Plan funds for the renovation of rooms 111 and 214 in the Annex Building. Sponsors were legislators Peck and Kelly. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution 216, granting $300,000 of American Rescue Plan funds to the Village of Kanjahari for infrastructure improvements to Wintergreen Park. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Pertel. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 217, authorizing an increase in solid waste tipping fees at the county transfer stations. Sponsors were legislators Peck and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 218, amending the 2022 operating budget from the Office of Purchasing. Sponsors were legislators Wilson and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 219, approving the abstract of audited claims. Sponsors were legislators Diamond and Wilson. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution 220, authorizing use of $50,000 of American Rescue Plan funds for tourism. Sponsors were legislators Kelly and Diamond. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
Resolution number 221, authorizing use of $300,000 of American Rescue Plan funds for Brownfields Opportunity Area project in the city of Amsterdam. Sponsors were legislators Duchessis and Kelly. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
And our add-on resolution number 222, a resolution authorizing an event at the Thomas H. Burbine Memorial Forest. Legislator Kelly and Legislator Headwell. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Pass.
All right, is there anything else anyone else would like to bring up? Legislator Pertel.
There's two things I'd like to bring up. First thing is, we're coming into budget season, and for the 9 years that I've been here, 8 change. We've had discussion when it comes to tourism money and having the Fulton Montgomery County Chamber as the agency that handles that. We started last year a process within county of providing those services. We were going to weigh the opportunities and the risk as they came along. And I think that it's time, as we head into budget season, that we make some decisions on whether or not we're going to continue with the Fulton Montgomery County Chamber, or whether we're going to do that in-house.
Very salient point, Legislator Pertel, and we see that our team is beginning to do a great job with it themselves, so certainly important for us to take that into consideration during our budget proceedings.
The other thing is, we had some clarification on the appointment to the OTB board, and we had some discussion about it. You had brought up a name before, and I'd like to have a resolution for next committee meeting that we appoint Mark Hoffman as the person to be appointed.
Okay. I think we can get that taken care of at the drawing board. Correct, Council?
It's already ready to go.
It's out.
Just with the blank for the name.
Yeah. Which we will insert that evening, correct? Yeah, okay. All right, all set, legislator? Any further discussion that anybody wants to bring up? If not, motion to adjourn, Legislator Kelly, Legislator Swift. All in favor? Meeting adjourned at 6:32, 3.